And this means freedom, self-awareness, expression. And this to me means you can be more than one thing. I'm Jasene Bowdry, and you're listening to And This Podcast. This podcast embraces our full beings of us being a multi-dimensional people, of us exploring different versions of ourselves and allowing ourselves to explore different versions of ourselves. So I would love to know, when you hear the words "and this," what does that mean to you?
Infinite possibility. I think we grow up in a world where we think we have to choose this or that. And I always believe it's this and that. So for me, I think of limitlessness, if that's a word, and abundance. Because there's so much more that you can have, do, and become, and you don't have to choose. Why not choose it all? You can't make anybody do something they don't want to do.
This is true.
But you can be the person who inspires people to do, because your light is shining.
Whether you are a content creator, a celebrity influencer, we're seeing so many of them shift into creating product-based brands. For instance, Kim Kardashian with Skims, that is now valued at $4 billion. We also saw it with Rihanna and Fenty Beauty, Skin, like everything Fenty. We haven't gotten an album from Rihanna in years because honestly, she doesn't need to do it. Her products sell for themselves. She doesn't have to show up and do a concert and go on tour in order to make money, because her product-based business is now doing that for her.
Well, to me, it does mean the layers piece, right? When I first became the leader of the Black Girls Social Club, the CEO, I didn't know how to be a CEO. Like, who knows how to be a CEO if you've never done it before, right? And so I feel like I tried to position myself as a CEO. I tried to have the profile of a CEO. And while I think that that's important, I think there's a certain way leaders should carry themselves. I was suppressing like my actual personality. Like, I wasn't showing people on Instagram like what was going on in my life behind the scenes. Like, I'm a CEO, but I also like to go out and have a cocktail every now and again. I like to go to concerts. I like to write. I like to blog. These are things about me that I like to do that I wasn't really displaying. And so one of my goals is to show CEO-hood, even if that's a word, in a different light. Like, I'm a different kind of CEO. I'm a Black woman CEO who has all kinds of layers. She likes all kinds of things. She's outspoken. She likes to watch trash TV sometimes, you know, I have layers. And so when I think of "and this," it's like, I'm a CEO and I'm also a human being who has desires and a whole different life outside of being a CEO. I think for older people, when it comes to making friends, it's like, who wants to say they don't have friends or they're looking for friends when they're 45, right? But I want to just re-emphasize that it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's a natural part of life's experience, and you should be seeking community and friendship.
Nope, I agree. I think I'm definitely the one that I've had my core group, you know, for over probably 20 plus years. And I've made connections, you know, since I've been in Atlanta. But I'm definitely one that likes to be in the house. Like, I think, you know, again, you're just kind of used to your own space. Like, I'll, you know, pop out every now and then. But like, I feel like for myself, I'm not like that consistent with my friendships. And that's, you know, something I try to get, you know, better about. I try to be mindful of, if I haven't spoken to someone in a while, like if I haven't checked in, being mindful of like reaching out in that moment, like, oh, okay, I just thought about that person.
And it makes people feel so good.
I need to remember to, you know, check on them, but just more so like, oh, okay, I just thought about this person. Let me, you know, just kind of check in.
That means a lot to people.
That's been like one of my things in the past. Like, I haven't been the consistent friend.
That's all right. I'm going to track you down.
When you say "and this," the first thought comes to my mind if all I believe that I am is what I've always been in the past, I can't become my full self. So it's me not giving myself room and permission to evolve. So when I think of "and this," I think of a constant evolution. What parts of my life have I had to embrace? I had to embrace the thought that I am more than David and Vernette Rozier's son, because in Panama City, I was that. When I moved to Tallahassee, I was Byron's little brother. When I moved to Atlanta, it was the first time that I got a chance to be Marcus Y. Rozier. I'll say this quickly. My middle initial is Y, but it's a J name. My mother named it because it's Hebrew, and Hebrew doesn't have a J vowel. I never liked that about myself. So when I moved to Atlanta, why I took on that initial Marcus Y. Rozier, it was to fully embrace, finally I have my own name. No one knew my brother. No one knew my parents. I get to build my own name, right? So it's to embrace whatever that looks like. So what I want to be, person that, number one, do what pleases God, meaning what did he have in mind when he decided that he needed me to be the answer to somebody's problem? What's the thing I'm gifted at and love doing? What helps people? What pays me well? I want to be those 4 things, and I feel like that's going to always evolve, because every stage and season of my life, I'm going to take on new roles, new responsibilities, and I'm going to feel no type of way with leaving a version that I used to be to become what I can be.
That's interesting. I think of, when I think of and this, for me, I have done so many things. I've always tied the and of me to like what I have done, right? So I've been a personal stylist. I've been a celebrity stylist. I've been a corporate retail buyer. I've been an entrepreneur. I have been this, and this, and this. But I think as I've grown and matured, it's, I am this woman of God. I am this daughter. I am this friend. So it's been more personal for me lately versus things that I've done. And I feel like that's kind of a little bit of what you were saying.
That's dope. I'm a person with words. So I love how you said, I've been, you made all that pass. I am, you made that fluid.
Ooh,
yeah, that was
you notice I ain't even peeped that.
Hey, I do what I can when I can. I mean, it's perception. It shows how you see your evolution. You see that as a part of your journey, but you see it as something you're not anymore. That's why you place past tense around it.
Exactly, right. Yeah. And this is about being your multifaceted self, right? You can be this and this. Yep. You can be a rapper. You can also be a powerhouse behind the scenes. You can also be a digital course creator. You can be all of these things. So it's about embracing the many facets of yourself, right? So with that being said, when you think of the words and this, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
When I think of and this, I think about being a great father, stepping into that space. Because again, remember I said, everything that I do in regards to branding is to create a better world for my grandkids. But that's external. Internal, I got to be a great father that's going to lead that and plant that seed to those grandkids. So it's internal. We are multifaceted individuals, right? The thing about it though, we can do multiple things, but truly we can only be known for one. No, wait, I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it. Now, most of the time people will say, Jose, when I met you, you was the videographer. I don't do video, I don't do photo, nothing no more. Right? But one of the things that we have a common, a friend, my guy CJ used to always say, he's like, bro, you are able to tell stories through the back of a camera in that box, that confines of that box on the back of a camera, right? And in that, you are able to impact people. I'm still doing the exact same thing. It's just a different vehicle. So what I'm saying is, when you said you were a retail buyer, you said you were a stylist, what else are we doing? Even and this is about style. Look, this is nice. This is style.
Pompous?
I'm just saying, this is style. Even your outfit, this is style. Everything leads to one thing, because if people don't know you for anything, they won't know you.
And this means, for me, showing up authentically in the season that I'm in now. So I think previously, I don't have children. I'm not married. So I think in previous seasons, I would look at that as a negative, right? It's like, oh, you are not this yet. So that means you either can't do this, or it's not going to happen, or you're looked at as this. And I think that in this season, I embrace all levels of where I am, where I'm going, where I've been. So that's what it means to me, is that, okay, I may not be this. Yeah, right. Like I may not have the title of a mother or of a wife, but I am a woman of God. I am a God's daughter. I am a friend. I am a 90s R&B lover.
Let's go. Let's go.
Like I think it's more so just embracing, where I am in this season. I think a lot of entrepreneurs, and if you are one of these entrepreneurs, stop comparing yourself to the growth that you had during the pandemic.
Because that shit is gone.
Like it's gone, right? And so many businesses and entrepreneurs are trying to get back to those pandemic numbers.
Yeah.
When it was a pandemic, man, I made such and such.
The world was home.
Like everybody was home, right? If you were a business owner, we all made money.
Yeah.
Right? And so be okay with pivoting. Be okay with allowing yourself to try different things. And if that thing doesn't work, oh the hell well.
And moving on.
Like move on. Okay. I tried this. I tried to dance. It didn't work. They don't like it. Right.
I remember when everybody was so upset about that. Now nobody's really dancing.
Yeah,
anymore.
nobody's really dancing. But it's like, hey, I tried it. It didn't work. Moving on. I will try this. Like I was talking to my team last week and I was like, I don't think this style is really working. So I'm going to test some things that I think, might kind of revitalize again. Right. And that's all you can do. Then look at the data and see what it tells you.
Listen, entrepreneurship is survival of the fittest. And the first person you're going to have to survive is yourself, period. And your mind.